Xin chào quý vị. Hello, everyone. Hello from the U.S. Hello from Vietnam. This is gonna be one of those episodes where because I've had a lot of comments. It's like I love it, bro. Like I honestly leave it on, listen to it like a podcast. So, hey, more power to you, right? But I think to all my Viet, viewers, nếu muốn thử gì thử đi, đúng không? Không không có một giờ là đúng để làm. Tại nếu không làm là sao biết được? Nếu làm là sẽ học hỏi được, sẽ biết cái biết gì sai, làm cái đó xong sửa được. Nhưng mà nếu không thử sao biết được? Không biết sửa được cái đó. Mấy cái việc đó là trong cái business, nếu không thử sao biết được, đúng không? Nếu muốn may áo, thử này xong không biết để dùng cái material gì á, nhưng mà cần học hỏi. Tại nếu không thử sao biết được? Nếu cái material này ngứa quá or không ngứa, or cần thử thôi. And to reiterate in English, it's like you just have to try. Like in anything that you ever do, let's say yes, you always want to do a clothing brand. You're not gonna know like your first launch is gonna be successful or not, and it might be, but in the off chance, you don't know that. And when people call you lucky when you finally make it, I will say luck plays a part, but that's like a little like 2-3% factor that's in the background, right? Because when opportunity finally meets your consistent work, that's when luck hits. That's when you propel yourself. I think the easiest way to put it is if you just like YouTube, like what I'm doing right now, right? If I only post one video and I hope that's gonna blow up, that's honestly not the case. But if it happened, then cool, right? But for the most part, you have to keep consistently posting, and then eventually one video blows up, the next one blows up, and then whatever, right? But you can't lean on 1 to 2 videos. Same thing with like anything you do, 1 to 2 things that you're really leaning on to get, like whether you're selling products, selling info, selling merch. You can't solely rely on that one launch or the second one. It might take you the third time, the fourth try, the fifth try to finally hit that point where all that hard work, all that consistency finally meets that luck, and then you propel yourself. But most people like to see, short-term gratification, like instant gratification. And that's quite frankly not possible in the day-to-day life. Like, you see all those highlights, but guess what? It's literally in the word. It's a highlight. You only see people's highlights when they want you to see it, right? And nobody ever shows you the losses. Nobody ever shows you like the sad parts that you have to go through. And I think I got a lot of just realization when I finally talked to one of my gym friends, right? We were talking about it, and he's debt free. Nothing holding him back. It's just the fear to do it. That's true. We're always going to be scared to do that one thing that we're supposed to do, or you feel the urge that you want to do, right? But in the end, sum it up this way. If you never try, you'll never know. And then by the time you're 60, you're finally going to have that moment where you're like, what if I went back and did it? What if I started that one thing? What if I did that, right? And kudos to the people that are trying, man. And especially to the minority, bro. Like, coming from a Viet family, my parents didn't have everything. They didn't have it, like, I didn't have the funds to start all this. I didn't have any of this, I had to work through the hardships, understand that money actually holds value. And I think that's where, some people don't really, like, understand. Where it's like, oh, what if they rather chase materialistic things, like get the newest iPhone, get the newest, TV, whatever, right? And when it comes down to it, bro, you could have spent that on learning a new skill set, buying the tools to do that, buying the actual necessary things to actually start the business. But you didn't want to because you're more scared to do it. But you'd rather have something that's instant gratification, right? Buying a phone is instant gratification. Buying that brand new TV is instant gratification. When you're buying that tool, it's not instant gratification, bro. You're going to buy it and be like, oh shit, now I have to actually use the tool to actually buy things. I mean, to like use it for whatever purpose it is for, right? That is the same thing. People would rather choose the instant gratification, that short-term dopamine. That's why when you're scrolling on TikTok or scrolling on Instagram Reels or Shorts, it's very, very short, very simultaneous. And you're more tended to, guess what? Scroll, scroll, scroll. And guess what? You're an hour in and you really haven't done shit for yourself. You just really just let yourself do like the unnecessary things that you could have done with like the actual time that you had, like the necessary things. Nếu muốn làm cái gì là cần làm ngay. Like, it's speed. You have to understand speed. The faster you can learn to fail and learn your lessons, the faster you can succeed. If you never want to, I get it. Sometimes you can't go, head first into everything. But I think for me, head first in everything I did, like bodybuilding, when I first was like really nervous to like try to do it, like, am I gonna pose well? Are people gonna laugh at me when I'm on stage? Or if I start this business, is it gonna flop? Is it gonna do this? If I buy this car, are people gonna make fun of me? Blah blah blah. Like, you can't live for others. You have to live for yourself, and that's the main thing that people don't live for. They live for the audience. They live for whoever, right? But in the end, you just have to live for yourself, and that goes a long way. You have to love yourself. I think that's the main thing that people don't get. When you fully love yourself, you're capable of anything and everything. You are capable of everything, and I believe in you. Truly, love yourself. Like, if you're going through a rough time, a heartbreak, family problems, friend problems, learn to love yourself, man. Because at the end of the day, you 100% of the time spend it with yourself. And the only person that can change your future and all that stuff is you. Think about it. How do you change your trajectory, right? You change something in your life so you're able to change your life. In order for something to change, there has to be change. Nothing just changes because it just magically changes, right? Like, let's say you just wanted a career change. Like, how would you go about that? You would go out of your way to drop that career to do the next career. It's quite simple, but also quite hard for people to grasp themselves, because we're social creatures, right? We're more tended to want to socialize, confide in someone, And I get it. I really do. But if you can love yourself, you can go through anything and everything just fine. The law of detachment is really strong. If someone crosses your boundaries or your morals, or it just doesn't fit with your life anymore, don't feel bad about the cutoff, right? It just doesn't fit with your life anymore. So what more is it going to do for you, right? You can stick around for a little bit and see if the environment changes for you, but at some point, it's your life at stake, man. The more you keep trying to reason yourself, or the more like you keep trying to find like some morality in there, like being like, oh, they're my longtime friends, that means something. But yes, but you're putting your own life and happiness on the line for it, right? Because you can meet new friends that are on the same path, on the same goals, and you still can love your old friends like normal. It's just sometimes when you're on that mission, on that grind, on that pursuit, you just have to dial in. You have to distance yourself. You don't have to completely cut them off, but sometimes you have to distance yourself, do what you need to do, the necessary work that you need to do. Whether it be in a vertical direction or horizontal direction, right? Horizontal direction as in like find common habits that you're already good at and work around those. Find adjacent habits. So like if you read a book, pair that with walking right after, or walking before, or drinking a glass of water, like rehydrating yourself. All that stuff adds up. You have to be willing to find happiness within yourself. And if you go horizontal and do that way with the adjacency, then yes. And vertical as in like learning a new skill, and then using the horizontal, finding a thing that relates to that skill and relate back to it, right? Or you can just try multiple different incomes, multiple different streams. Just go hella vertical, And that can be in anything, bro. You can be working 9 to 5. You can be starting that business. You could, I don't know. You can do whatever you want. If you want to be a nomad, travel the world, fuck it. fuck it. Like, I literally had that talk with my friend, like, going back to the, like, a little bit ago. My friend, like, he's scared, but he's debt free, has all that time to do it. So, honestly, I hope he actually goes through with it. And if he's watching this, I believe in you, bro. Like, you got it. Because we will never, ever get time back. And yes, no amount of money will ever make you happy in whatever you do if you use it wrong. If you always seemingly want to chase money. Like, it's a saying, you don't chase, you attract, right? The more you chase money, the more you chase after a milestone, the more you chase after a certain amount of money, it's quite honestly gonna keep evading you. You're gonna keep running away. Like, you're never gonna be able to grab it. But if you just sit back and either solve people's problems, actually bring a product into the market that people actually like, then the money will come to you. You know why? People would love to use that or buy that solution or whatever, right? You're fixing their problem, effectively making a demand, right? So, yeah, it's another Yap episode. Peace. Ah, I missed the button. Oh, it's right here. Gonna leave it in. Gonna leave these videos raw.